Synchronization clap.
Do I get to...
If you'd like to do it as well.
I want to clap. Do I just clap?
Clap. You could say, "This is your interview." Rewind with bschwitty.
About to
35,
rock
episode
it.
3. Welcome out to Rewind with bschwitty, because Lois, this is not my Batman glass. Today we have Sarah Boone on here from Jada Winery. Am I pronouncing that right? Jada?
Yes, Jada.
Boone?
Yeah.
Sarah?
All of the above is correct.
Excellent. And we're drinking a 2010 WCS, which is a Syrah Bordeaux. It's a Rhone Bordeaux blend.
Yeah, that's kind of what we do in a sense. So the WCS label is basically our wine club series. So it's a very small production, very limited amount of wine available for our wine club members. What we do at Jada, we're about 50% Bordeaux and 50% Rhone, combining both kind of big powerhouses in France is one of our things. And this is a perfect wine to show that.
That's awesome. And I just happen to have that sitting around because...
It's a lucky bottle to have. It does not exist anymore.
That's awesome.
Sold out.
I didn't even realize that it was Wine Club exclusive. So tell us, what do you do over at Jada?
So I am the wine club director, tasting room manager, and I kind of run our social media and marketing as well. A little bit of everything. You know, harvest this year, I kind of got into the cellar and got to get my hands dirty, have some fun with, our winemaker, cellar master. So a little bit of everything. We're a small team, and I can kind of do what I want.
That's awesome. I kind of know that feeling.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
Jack of all trades.
We all wear many hats.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, wine club, is that kind of a strenuous thing to run or oversee?
I actually just processed cards the last couple days, so you're asking me on the day where I will be like, yeah. It's a lot of work.
Do you need a taller glass of wine?
I'll take the bottle with a straw, and it would be cool.
I could do you one better if you'd like to splash cut. Joey, splash cut.
That's so great.
If you'd like.
This is awesome. I need one of these.
No, we don't.
More than welcome to take mine, because all right. Now that we've defiled this bottle of WCS.
Tastes great.
So what got you into wine?
That's a good question. So I'm originally from England. I grew up overseas. I moved to the States when I was 9. But as a child, I remember being dragged around by my parents to wonderful places, France, Spain. And I would pretty much sit in the car while we'd be at these beautiful vineyards. And I, of course, at that age, did not appreciate what they were doing. About 6 years ago, my parents moved to the Central Coast and both got into the wine industry. And I don't think it was until they did that I realized you can make a job out of it. It's a career. There are people out there making wine and selling the wine, and I kind of just became obsessed with the concept of learning all aspects of a winery and what it takes to make wine and sell it. And I also then moved out here and kind of followed in their footsteps.
Yes.
Got involved.
So were you still in England when they were...
So I was on the East Coast. So I went to middle school, high school, college in Boston, Massachusetts. And actually about a couple weeks ago was my 3-year mark in California.
All right. We don't have Boston followers. We do have someone from Scotland that actually watches.
That's cool. Hello,
on the reg.
Scotland guy.
Was there one wine in particular that just made you... I mean, you were talking about your parents. That was the moment that your parents getting a vineyard or being involved in the wine industry out here. That was the moment you kind of figured out. Was that the moment that you're like, hey, wine's complex and interesting? Like,
I don't think there was a specific wine necessarily. There was a day, I was still living in Boston, my parents were here, and I went wine tasting with my dad. And I think we did a little bit of Edna Valley, so shout out to you guys down there in South County. And we did a little bit of Paso, and it was that experience and getting to meet really cool people in the tasting room and get to kind of try a variety of wine from this one area that I just thought it was cool.
Let's segue into what do you love about wine? Or do you love wine? Do you like wine?
I hate it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. No, I love wine. I think it is someone's kind of creative side put into a bottle. So, you have this fruit from the vineyard, and it's the winemaker's ability to craft that into something that I think is really cool. And getting to talk to these winemakers and kind of hear their passion behind wine is something that I really, really enjoy. I like to ask a lot of questions and get inside their heads and kind of figure it all out.
Do you have a favorite varietal?
I really like Syrah. My thing right now is kind of Syrah co-fermented with that little bit of Viognier, so kind of the Northern Rhone Côte Rôtie style.
Ooh, you fancy.
Ooh, yeah, gotta throw those words out there. I don't know, the color of Syrah, the spiciness in Syrah, especially this area, Paso, Westside Paso. I think it's beautiful. It's delicious, makes my mouth very happy.
Do you have a favorite label and or wine?
I actually really enjoy Nell Syrah. I have access to it.
And for those of you who don't know, or didn't watch in a previous week, I think it was 2 weeks ago now, there's a title card right above us where you can watch our interview with Amber Beerworth of Nell.
Yeah, she's rad. Amber, if you're watching this, I love you. And Tyler makes some good wine. Yeah, Nell Syrah is definitely one of my favorites. Also, Delecta. It's kind of cool. Orion buys a little bit of fruit from us at Jada.
Oh, really?
And so it's cool to go there and taste his version of our vineyard.
It is fun to see.
He's got some really good Syrah Grenache. Yeah, big fan.
And I heard Eric Jensen is a consulting winemaker over at Jada.
Yeah, so we brought on 2 consulting winemakers for 2017, and they will be working with us again this harvest. So Eric Jensen from Booker is consulting us on our Rhones, and we have Tony Biaggi from Plumpjack and Duckhorn up in Napa consulting us on the Bordeaux.
That's really cool. I have a Plumpjack wine sitting in here somewhere.
I saw it back there.
Do you have a favorite wine region? You mentioned Côte Rôtie earlier in Rhones. Do you have a favorite wine region outside of the one that we work in?
I actually used to work for a Pinot Noir producer, Stephen Ross Wine Cellars in Slow. And kind of during that time before I transitioned up to Paso, I spent a lot of time in Los Olivos, San Ynez, Lompoc, Solvang, that whole area where they have some beautiful Pinot Noir, along with great, Rhone wines as well, Grenache, Syrah. A little bit of a different climate, different soil. There's fun stuff down there.
Are there any new releases that we should be looking for out of Jada?
Yeah, we actually just bottled our rosé on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Appropriate, right? Very cute.
Yeah.
It is 100% Grenache rosé, Provence style.
Ooh.
Beautiful.
Sarah, tell us how to find Jada and you on the socials and whatnot.
So Jada's on, we've got it all, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. We're pretty good about that stuff. Myself, I'm on Instagram, Facebook. You can find me on my personal page and also on the Wandering Honeys page. Which
you saw last week with Amber and Sarah playing Prosecco Pong, even though we didn't have Prosecco in the house. And that you can find in the title card right here. All right. And for everything that she just said, you can find in the descriptions below. I'll make sure to link to those. And For Sarah, I'm bschwitty. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And we will catch you, I will catch you next time.